Hey folks, and how are you doing? It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm getting ready to do this 700 kilometer trip to southern Thailand in my BYD Sealion 7. We've got the regen braking on high, we're in eco mode, air conditioning's in eco, and look at our consumption data. We've had the car for almost a year and the last 50k is 16.9 but 18.5 kilowatt hours overall. We've got 100% battery and we're going to drive the car as far as we can. We're going to be, like I said, in eco mode, regen braking on high, and the range is showing us as 533 kilometers approximately. All right, let's hit the road. Going to do this in two parts. First part, speed 90 to 100 kilometers an hour. Part 2, faster, 110 to 120 kilometers an hour. Then we can see the difference. All right, here's something I want to share. The concrete here is a lighter tone, and before the software update, the autopilot would disengage, the self-steer would disengage. It's like the lines on the road there's not enough contrast between the lines and the pavement, and the cameras can't read it, and it disengages. And then when you go back under the darker tarmac color like we're doing here, it'll re-engage automatically. That happened before the update, and it's happening still after the update, and you can see it here in the heads-up display and on the instrument panel. The icon turns blue when it's engaged and it's white when it's not engaged. So here we're back on the darker color and it turns blue again. Here's a great software improvement. Google Maps navigation is now in the heads-up display. And folks, we're 2 hours in, coffee shop time, break time. And this is a PTT Hub. Here we have 8 chargers. The first 4 here are walk-in, no booking on the app. The other 4 you can book. Those are 180 kilowatt chargers. And then over here there's another 2 chargers for a total of 10. These 2, which are being used, are 120 kilowatt chargers. But now we're back on the road, and check this out, folks. I've lost the data connection. Now this happened before the software update, not that often, and it's happened again. You see here there's no data connection. When I came off the coffee break, this is what happened. And then Google Maps, nothing was going to work. You can see I've tried to go into the data connection and turn it off and turn it back on again, and to see if that would restart it, and that didn't work. So I turned the cellular data off, then I turned the cellular data back on again, but it didn't work. The signal did not come back. And this did happen before the software update, but not that often. And maybe over the course of the year it would happen once or twice. And this is the first time I've seen it happen since the software update. And for the rest of the trip and for the days since the trip, it hasn't happened again. But it is a bug that needs to be fixed. Here's something else that does need to be improved. I'm coming up here on a stoplight, and you're going to find out that what happens here when the light turns green, and this is with the intelligent cruise control engaged, so the car stops on its own, and then eventually the light is going to turn green, and then the car ahead will move forward. The vehicle ahead moves forward. Now the BYD will tell you, and you tap the gas, if it's been longer than 30 seconds, it will automatically accelerate. But look, it accelerates so slow, and any vehicle which is on your left or right is going to cut into that space in front of you, and you're forever having to slow up as people cut you off. This needs to change. It needs to accelerate faster, and it doesn't seem to react quickly enough to the car ahead, the vehicle ahead moving forward. I'd love to see that fixed in the next update. BYD. Thank you. Well, alrighty then. Here we are pulling into the PTT station to charge up the car. Now, if you listen, there's a lot of squeaking and noises happening. The car actually is fully loaded with stuff. That's why it's not really that noisy. Anyways, there are only 2 chargers available here, 180 kilowatt chargers. You can see one car is already parked at one of the chargers. I booked the other one, so let's get it charged up. And look, we got 3% battery remaining, and we have a consumption of 17.0 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. All right, let's get the car charged. Well, with the construction and now these police checkpoints, I haven't really been able to maintain 110 to 120. But here we're just being checked out, making sure I'm not inebriated. They're checking the license tax ticker on the car. Everything's good. And we roll on through. There have been 3 or 4 of these on the trip. But now we're back up to speed. We're doing 115 kilometers an hour. Now let's check out these lane changes. I'm going to change into the left lane here. So I hit the indicator, move into the left lane, hands off the wheel, and the auto steering will re-engage as long as you're gradually moving. Now moving back into the right, I went a little bit too fast into the right lane and the auto steer did not re-engage. I had to grab the wheel, center the car, and then the auto steer re-engaged. I'd love to see that one improve too, BYD. Thank you. Okay, folks, we have arrived. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I hope it was informative. Let me know. So, let's take a look at our final consumption data numbers. So, for part one, remember we were traveling between 80 and 100 kilometers per hour, and you can see here our data. The key thing for me is the 17 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That's pretty cool. In part two, 308 kilometers, 20.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers because we were going faster. 3.5 hours, 33% charge remaining on the car, and the average speed 88 kilometers per hour. There you go, folks. I hope this was helpful and informative to you. If you have a BYD Sealion 7, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Let me know. See you later.